Pretty crazy being a child trafficking survivor who's now training law enforcement to combat child trafficking and talking about awareness and what people can do to help on the internet, and having so many people with so many big opinions because they have read things on the internet, which I guess makes them the expert. But what's interesting is the amount of emotion and assumptions that are thrown at these very real causes. It's interesting to me how much time it takes to formulate these opinions and read things on the internet and, believe the things you see on the screens, but then not believe the real world experts who are actually out there on the front lines doing the work. And more importantly, when I ask people, well, what are you doing to be part of the solution? I get crickets every time. And, it's in no way offensive to me when people who don't have real world experience try to give opinions. What I'm calling out here is that we should be willing to act, because knowledge is only power if we're willing to do something with it. The majority of Americans are unwilling to be aware, especially because the reality of child trafficking is too dark, scary, gross, and overwhelming, especially when the truth disagrees with their bias, mostly political bias and or whatever thing they're protecting or disagreeing with. For example, I posted about this massive rescue operation where 244 predators were arrested, 109 kids saved. A lot of people want to split hairs about things they read on the internet, but of course they weren't there, weren't involved, don't actually know the details of the situation. But, when you ask, what's the point of even splitting hairs? Where are we getting at here? Are you trying to discredit this? Do you have a problem with this? Do you have a problem with a child trafficking survivor who is stepping in to get involved and solve problems because there are problems? The difference is I'm willing to step in and get involved and do something about it. A lot of people with opinions on the internet that do not bother me at all. My concern, of course, is that they're worrying themselves to death, or sickness at least, but they're not doing anything to help. So that's part of the problem. Now let's unpack the concern here. The concern is that, these kids weren't really rescued because some of them were still in their homes. Yes, I may have to do a lot more raising of people's awareness to the fact that there's a lot of digital exploitation and even trafficking that can happen in the digital world. There are many cases I've worked on where the child was being trafficked from within their home and even having dinner with their parents at night while texting with their trafficker and later being trafficked, often in person, sometimes, yes, digitally. So again, a lot of people that want to waste a lot of time just sort of splitting hairs and discussing their opinions, I invite you all to be part of the solution. Otherwise, find a way to be more helpful.